Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Awful Taste But Great Execution, brought to you by our sponsor, QCathletics.com, quality content, my clothing line, which I think is great taste and great execution. Feel free to check it out, link in the description. Let's start off with number 19, Octolight. That is something that I feel like would actually fit in at some kind of underwater themed 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea themed bar. It would be great for that, but for any other thing, it's a little bit weird, and it looks like it's just kind of in someone's house. Hey, maybe it was homemade. Maybe whoever mounted this thing in their house actually made it themselves, in which case, very impressive. Just, there are other designs that I feel like you have the talent to execute that aren't a strange octopus chandelier, but you do you. Turtle beef. You know, when you can't decide which animal you prefer between a beetle and a turtle, and you're like, you know, turtles, they kind of fit the shape of the VW Beetle. Isn't the Beetle actually being discontinued? So this thing is going to be an absolute collector's item. You know, it's a really great bumper, honestly. Just, if it gets hit, it just retracts back in, just like a normal turtle would. His and hers glasses. Uh-huh. Nice. We're all very mature here. Very good. I guess, you know, at least this way, you never have to mix up who has what glass, right? So it's very practical at the end of the day. My aunt sat close to this person on the airplane coming back from Florida. Is this a new character from Avatar? How do you get in a car? That's my question. Like, how do you actually walk through a door? You can't even tilt your head sideways, because then your hair is just gonna hit on the edge of the door. You have to, like, actually, maybe they're me. Maybe they're really short. They're 4 feet tall, and then it doesn't matter, but they have to go through a door like this, a little crouch walk, in order to prevent their hair from being ruined. That takes so much effort, too. Like, I can't tell if it's two-pronged, like if it's a butterfly, or if it's one down the middle and then two kind of on either side, like it's a freaking bearded lizard with the things coming at. Like, this is fascinating and so impractical, so unbelievably impractical, the amount of effort that must go into this. This bike I found in Krakow, Poland. Honestly, that's just kind of cool. The handlebars don't look particularly comfortable. Oh, maybe it could be like rope. It kind of looks like just metal wire that's wrapped around the thing. And I'm like, I don't want to, just wear gloves, I suppose. And also, I don't know if the flared out ribs here are very practical for, you know, pedaling. Just picturing the inside of your knee just ramming into the thing on every single rotation of the pedal. Just gets very uncomfortable over time. I guess this cake fits in the sub. After 50, everything goes to crap. Happy birthday. I like this. Is this actually, like, I really want to see a cross-section. I want to see someone cut into this. Like, this is a cake? This is really impressive. It almost looks to me like it's got to be just solid fondant, which isn't super delicious to have. But if you manage to fit some, like, solid cake in there, and it's just a little bit of fondant covering, but everything is edible, like, that's pretty good. I mean, the cake maker was probably just hired to do this by someone who's like, I want to make a toilet cake for a friend's 50th birthday, and the cake maker's like, that's a first, but I guess we can do this. And then that's probably a very expensive poop cake. This hair design, honestly, in the thumbnail up here at low resolution, it just looks like they masked out the guy's hair, and you just see a sunset on the other side. It's pretty well done. This Kraken hairdo. Did you wear that for like your senior picture? It looks completely like a senior photo background or something. You might as well make your mark, right? I mean, it's all you have to live with at the end of high school is that yearbook photo. So make the most out of it, and people will surely remember. And maybe you'll get voted at the end of the school year best yearbook photo, if that's a category. I can hardly remember, though I do have my senior yearbook upstairs. My mom actually had the presence of mind of getting it for me, even though I was like, Mom, why would you spend $100 on this, or however much it was? She's like, you shouldn't do that. She's like, no, one day you'll like it. And I was like, whatever. And now I'm like, maybe it's good to have. I suppose. Freaking 10-year high school reunion coming up very shortly. I mean, I don't have an invite, but I just imagine that it's coming up at some point soon. Crocs with socks built into them. Oh, boy. Well, oh, man. See, is it a Croc or is it an Alfie? Or A-Life? A-Life? Or Alfie? I don't care. I'm not even going to try. It's a real problem that you have to put on socks and then you have to put on the Croc afterwards. What if we just built them in together? Doesn't that sound like a great idea? So that if the Crocs get wet, which isn't that the idea? So that if the Crocs get wet, it's not a huge issue because they're just plastic and they can dry out and they have holes all over the place. Whereas when you put the sock in, it just completely defeats the purpose of that entire thing. Forget roses. Wanna bang. It's very overt and straightforward. I wouldn't know anything about this because I've only once hugged a girl, but I mean, I can't imagine that this strategy could possibly go wrong. I also can't imagine you'd really be giving this to someone who you haven't already gone to that step with, but you never know. Maybe they're just a very big weapons enthusiast, and this is truly what's going to set him over the edge. It's a unique Valentine's Day present for the one you love who just really likes shooting guns. I love this template, but why the tattoo? Oh my god. Can't. Alright, well, you're stuck with that for the rest of your life. Oh, that thing's not laserable, but it is a real great meme format. But I'm not sure I'd want it permanently on me, even with the twist. I hope that the writing is accurate because Lord knows how many tattoos are out there on English speakers who just get like Chinese or Japanese lettering on their body and it doesn't say what they think it says. So I don't know what it says, but anyone who's out there watching this who speaks Japanese or Chinese, feel free to let me know. I think that's Japanese, right? Feel free to let me know what it says. Indian billionaire's abandoned mansion on top of a skyscraper in Bangalore, India. That's like, it's so weird. It doesn't match. It's kind of fascinating, and it'd be really cool to like go there and check it out. It's this weird juxtaposition of like kind of a traditional looking house on top of a super modern skyscraper, and it'd be I'm sure a hell of a view from that pool right there. Pretty freaking cool in that respect because I do like me a view, but also just like a really weird mismatch of styles. And even if it was like a contemporary house on the top, it's just weird. You don't see that anywhere in the States, I don't think. There must be something with building codes here that permit that, because I'm sure there are people who would want to have that, but you don't see it. And I wonder why that is. Abandoned though, huh? I wonder why. He grew tired of it. He's like, you know what? I've grown up a bit since this was built, and I've come to realize that, yeah, this is a bit of a mismatched style. This long Furby someone at my work made, it even has a spine in it, so it can sit up and stare at you. Always watching, waiting. You know, of all the things that I thought people needed to do with Furbies during the Furby craze, this isn't one that came to mind. But I hope it still functions and has voice lines, because if not, then it's not living up to its full potential. It's fascinating. At least it has the ability to like kind of sustain itself and hold its position due to whatever they put in there as the spine, whatever like metal kind of bendy thing. Yeah, I'd see that in the middle of the night going to the bathroom or something, staying late at work, and I'd be like, oh god, I'd definitely have a heart attack a few times. The pattern gave him a booty, so we gave him a thong. What have they done to my son? Okay. What do you... All right. You can't... I give my son to someone, to have them babysit for just a moment, and they go and do this. All right? I know my son is thick under those robes, okay? We've been doing some training together. This is not what my son had wanted. How dare you? This horrible toilet seat. Oh. I was like, how are they in the middle of the... Oh, it's the lid that closes over the whole thing. Isn't the idea of, the lid closing over it just so you don't have to see into the toilet? So having it transparent kind of seems like it defeats the purpose. Yes, I realize if you have some really runny stuff or your toilet just is a violent flusher, it prevents spray from going out. I realize that, but also it can conceal looking into the toilet, I suppose, like if you're having people over or something like that. Just evokes thoughts of things I don't want to be thinking about when I'm sitting down anywhere, much less to go poop. No, I'm good. I don't even know if this is great execution. This is just terrible. Chandelier headlights. I don't think that's road legal, if I had to be honest with you. I hope that whoever this is puts them on once they park for the car show and doesn't actually drive down the road with them, because I think they'd get pulled over, probably. Also, hard braking or hard acceleration, you're probably going to have them, or going around a turn, it's probably going to start braking, and it's also just a hazard. Just flying glass projectiles just coming off of this car to the cars behind it. Please, everyone, if you were thinking of doing this for your own car, I know it seems very practical, but don't do it. The sub-name says it all. I mean, the fade is it's very impressive. Also, it's like fish gills. His hair is it's fish gills. The problem here is you get 1 day of this. Afterwards, the hair is gonna grow out, and you're not gonna go through the effort of combing your hair into these fins, aerodynamic fins, but if you're gonna go run a marathon or something and you wanna get that aerodynamic without shaving your head, I guess this is the way to do it. Just forking end me. How is there a 2-minute, 19-second video of awful taste but great execution? What is that? What is this? What is happening? I'm uncomfortable. I'm so impressed, but also so uncomfortable, and also I'm sure that, okay, so I don't want to watch the full thing, mostly because I feel like that's an artist made that video, and I don't know if it's the person who posted it here. It's probably on YouTube, and I feel like if you want to go watch it, you should go watch it from the original artist, because it's very impressive work, even if it makes me feel very, very uneasy. So I guess it's Heimer or Jamer. You saw the watermark on there, so feel free to look it up or something. Jesus. Wonder where that thing goes. I'm gonna have to actually look that up. But anyway, painting I found in a shop. Should have bought it. From the thumbnail, I thought it was actually like a selfie. Has anyone ever done that? Done like a painted self-portrait, but it is of somebody taking a selfie? I think that's a great idea. Well, I've never thought about that before. Somebody's definitely thought about that before and done it. This is pretty great too, though. There had to have been some like child rulers who had some really elegant portraits painted back in the old days, who like after that portrait was captured, they're just like, bring me my junk food, servant. I need my junk food, okay? And it probably took like a whole team of people trying to get them to just sit still for a while so that this portrait could be taken of them. They're like, I promise, just a few more hours, my liege, and then we'll get you all of the whatever junk food was at the time. We'll get you all of that. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching this last month of Awful Taste but Great Execution. Make sure to like if you liked, subscribe to the channel if you want to catch more of this. There's a playlist in the description if you want to watch more Awful Taste but Great Execution, and that'll be it. I'll see you next time.